I see you, my beloved child. I see the light of your screen reflecting in eyes that have grown weary from searching, from hoping, and from the heavy silence of unanswered prayers. You are holding your device with a heart that feels like a leaden weight, scrolling through a digital void, looking for a sign, a spark, or a reason to keep going. Stop. Do not scroll past this. I need you to understand that your presence here at this exact second is not the result of a random algorithm or a coincidental click. This is a divine summons. I have reached through the static of the world to pull you into this quiet space because there is something of eternal importance that I must whisper directly into your soul. We are stepping into a sacred moment, a sanctuary away from the critics, the doubters, and the noise that has drowned out my voice for far too long. There is a secret between us, a covenant written into the fabric of your destiny since before the foundations of the world were laid. It is a mystery meant for your ears alone, a precious pearl I have guarded until you were ready to receive it. I have watched you struggle in the light of day, trying to prove your worth to people who will never truly see you. I have watched you pour your energy into dreams that seemed to wither just as they were about to bloom. And you kept asking in your heart, why does it always fall apart at the last step? Why does it slip the moment I can almost touch it? Listen carefully, because this is the first layer of what you came here for. The almost was not proof that you were cursed. The almost was not proof that you were weak. The almost was a shield. It was me. Some doors did not open at the finish line, because if they had opened too early, you would have walked into them still carrying the wrong weight, people's opinions, old fear, hidden guilt, and a desperation to be validated. And the moment you stepped into what you prayed for, the pressure would have crushed you, or the enemy would have stolen it through distraction, pride, or exhaustion. You thought you were being punished. You were being protected. You thought you were failing. You were being hidden. Your delay was my divine shielding. And this is why I brought you into the shadows, not to diminish you, but to mature you. Not to break you, but to deepen you. Because what I am preparing is not a temporary upgrade. It is a shift in your trajectory. If you cast this pearl before those who do not value the sacred, it will vanish like morning mist. This is the hour of your private restoration. Now that you have received that first truth, now that you know, the almost was a covering, not a curse, I ask you to respond with a small but significant act of faith. This is the moment where you signal to the heavens that you are listening and that you are ready to claim what is yours. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. By doing so, you are not just joining a community. You are stepping into a family of the chosen ones, marking your agreement with my divine plan. And declare your presence before my throne. Type "I am here, Lord" or 7007 in the comments below. This is your spiritual fingerprint, your testimony that you have arrived at the threshold of your breakthrough, and that the gates of heaven are now open for you. In the next few minutes, I am going to take you deeper beyond the surface explanation and into the hidden code that unlocks your future. You have wondered if I have forgotten you, or if you are paying for mistakes you cannot even name. But I tell you now, I have been building strength in you that you did not know you could carry. And the season of your hiddenness is coming to an abrupt end. The transition, however, requires a level of spiritual privacy you have never practiced before. There is a specific miracle destined to manifest in your life within the next 24 hours to 7 days. But its arrival depends on your ability to walk in the secret covenant quietly, cleanly, and without begging the world to understand. I am calling you to a higher level of maturity, where your strength is not found in the validation of others, but in the intimacy of my presence. Lean in closely, my precious one. The veil is being lifted, and the reason for your tears is about to become the foundation of your greatest triumph. I saw you last night, my child, when the world had finally gone quiet, and the blue light of your screen was the only thing illuminating your face. I saw the way your shoulders slumped under the invisible weight of worries you refused to speak aloud. You think you are alone in that room, that the walls are the only witnesses to the heavy sighs that escape your chest when you believe no one is listening. But I am there. I have always been there. I was there in the kitchen when you stopped for a moment, staring into nothing, wondering how much longer you could keep up the facade. I saw you in the bathroom splashing cold water on your face, forced to take a deep breath and wipe away a stray tear before stepping back out to face people who depend on you, but do not truly know you. You are exhausted from playing the role of the one who has it all figured out, the one who is fine, the one who is always the anchor for others, while you feel yourself drifting further into a sea of isolation. I want you to know that your silence has a voice in my kingdom. Every unspoken ache, every moment of feeling invisible, every secret prayer whispered into your pillow is heard with the clarity of thunder in my ears. You do not have to hide your brokenness from me, for I am the one who knit you together. And I love the person you are, when the mask is off, even more than the one you show to the world. You have been so brave, my precious one. But your bravery has come at a cost. You became the person everyone leans on, the one they call when their world is falling apart, the one they expect to be unshakable. And because you are a giver, because you carry a heart that mirrors my own, you said yes to everyone else, while your own soul was screaming no. I have seen you pouring from an empty cup, trying to give love, patience, and resources that you barely have for yourself. There is a particular loneliness that comes from being surrounded by people who love what you do for them, but do not understand who you are. You feel like a ghost in your own life, moving through the motions, fulfilling duties, meeting expectations, while wondering if anyone would notice the hollow space where your joy used to be. I see the weariness in your bones, not just the kind of tiredness sleep can fix, but a soul-deep fatigue that comes from fighting a battle no one else can see. You wonder if this is all there is, if you are destined to be the sacrificial lamb for the happiness of others, while your own heart remains a barren wilderness. Hear my voice now. I have not called you to be a doormat, but a chosen vessel. This exhaustion is a sign that you have been operating in your own strength, because you fear that if you stop, everything will crumble. But I am the one who holds the universe together, and I am telling you now, you can let go. You can be weak in my arms, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness. I saw you when they misunderstood your intentions, when they took your kindness for weakness and your silence for agreement. I saw the sting when those you helped the most turned their backs or spoke words that cut like knives. You tried to explain. You tried to show them your heart. But it was as if you were speaking a language they refused to learn. I want you to understand something that will change the way you see that room. That isolation was not an accident. I allowed the voices of others to fade so that mine could become the only one that matters. The emptiness where you cry is not a vacuum. It is sacred space I have cleared so that I can fill it with a glory you have never known. Your tears are not wasted. They are liquid prayers I have gathered in my bottle. Every drop represents endurance. Every drop is evidence that you are still here. And now, because you have been built in secret, I am about to expose the real chain beneath your exhaustion, the invisible cage you keep trying to earn your way out of. In the next moments, I will name it, and you will finally understand why it has held you for so long. You have lived in a prison not made of iron bars, but of expectations, and the desperate need to be seen by those who are spiritually blind. I have watched you labor in the heat of the day, pouring your heart into your work, your family, your friendships, only to be met with a cold wall of indifference. I saw it in the ordinary moments that nobody applauds when you stayed late to fix problems you didn't create, because everyone would panic if you didn't. When you poured your best ideas into a project, and the credit somehow landed on someone else's name. When your phone lit up with a family message only when they needed you to solve something calm, the conflict, pay the bill, carry the emotional weight, then went quiet again when you needed comfort. Even in the comments, when you finally tried to share something honest and a toxic voice slid in with a careless line like, "You're doing too much," or "must be nice," as if your pain was a performance and your progress was an insult. You have become a master at giving, but in doing so, you accidentally taught people that your sacrifice is a standard requirement rather than a precious gift. I saw the look in your eyes when your hard work was treated as normal, your kindness was treated as a weakness to be exploited, and your silence was treated as permission. This is the prison of recognition and the exhausting cycle of trying to earn a seat at a table that was never designed for your greatness. You feel as though if you just do a little more, if you become a little more perfect, they will finally say the words you long to hear. "I see you. I appreciate you. You are enough." But I am here to tell you, my child, you are looking for water in a dry well. I saw the sting of betrayal when you realized that the very people you helped climb the mountain were the ones trying to push you off the ledge once they reached the summit. You thought your loyalty would buy you a place in their hearts, but you discovered that some people only keep you close for what you can provide, not for who you are. When you stopped being useful, they stopped being present. I saw you sitting in the aftermath of that realization, feeling used and discarded like a tool that served its purpose. You wanted to scream, to defend yourself, to remind them of every time you were there in their darkest hour. You felt the urge to list your sacrifices, to prove your worth through evidence. But even as the words formed in your throat, I whispered to your spirit, "Stay silent. Do not waste your breath trying to convince the blind of the beauty of the sun. If they could not see your value when you were giving your all, they will not suddenly see it because you explain yourself perfectly. Their lack of recognition is not a reflection of your worth. It is the limit of their vision. It is time to break the chains of this prison. You have been seeking a well done from human lips, but I have already shouted it from the heavens. Every time you did the right thing when no one was looking, every time you chose integrity over a shortcut, every time you showed mercy when your flesh wanted revenge, I was recording it all. I do not miss a single detail. While they were busy ignoring your contributions, I was busy preparing your compensation. I am the God who sees in secret, and I am the God who rewards openly. The reason I allowed this season of being undervalued was to detach you from the idol of human approval. I am teaching you to find your identity in my voice alone. When you no longer need their applause to feel significant, you become dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. You become someone who cannot be bought, bullied, or discouraged. I want you to release the debt you feel they owe you. Stop waiting for the apology that may never come. Stop looking for the thank you that was never written. When you release them from the obligation of recognizing you, you walk out of that prison into the freedom of my grace. I am your great rewarder. I am the one who will vindicate you in front of the very people who dismissed you. I am already moving pieces on the chessboard of your life to position you where your gifts will not only be recognized, but honored. But first, you must be content with being recognized by me. Let peace that passes understanding settle over you right now. You are not a servant of men. You are a child of the Most High. Your value is not determined by a paycheck, a title, or a social media account. Your value was settled at the cross. Rest in this. I know your name. I know your heart, and I have already seen the finished masterpiece of your life. The world has tried to convince you that your wounds have made you less valuable, that the cracks in your soul are signs of a structural failure that can never be repaired. You look in the mirror and you do not see a masterpiece. You see a collection of regrets, a history of betrayals, and the jagged edges of a heart that has been shattered more times than you can count. You carry the shame of what was done to you and the guilt of the mistakes you made while you were just trying to survive the storm. But I am the master potter, and I do not look at your brokenness the way men do. In the ancient art of kintsugi, when a precious vessel is broken, it is not thrown away in disgust. Instead, the master craftsman gathers the fragments and joins them back together with a lacquer mixed with powdered gold. The result is a vessel that is stronger, more resilient, and far more beautiful than the original. For its history is no longer hidden, it is highlighted in shimmering light. My child, I am performing a spiritual kintsugi upon your life right now. Every tear you shed has become the water I used to soften the clay, and every trial you endured has become the fire that sets the gold of my grace into your deepest cracks. I saw you when you were on the floor of your room, feeling as though your life had disintegrated into 1,000 pieces that would never fit back together. I saw you looking at the ruins of a relationship you thought would last forever, or the remains of a career that you poured your life's blood into. You felt like damaged goods, thinking that I could never use someone who has been through as much as you have. But I tell you this, your scars are not your shame. They are your credentials. They are the proof that you encountered the enemy and you survived. They are the map of where you have been and the prophecy of where you are going. I do not see a broken person when I look at you. I see a warrior who is being adorned with the medals of endurance. The very areas where you were hurt the most are becoming the areas where my power will flow the strongest. Your greatest ministry will not come out of your perfection, but out of your recovery. It is through your cracks that my light will shine out to a world that is also breaking and desperately needs to know that healing is possible. I want you to do something very specific right now. Stop what you are doing if you can and place your hand over your heart. Feel the rhythmic thumping against your palm. That is the sound of my faithfulness. That beat is a drum declaring that the enemy could not stop you, the trauma could not kill you, and the darkness could not consume you. You are still here because I am not finished with you. Each beat is a word of my love, spoken directly into your physical body. As you feel that pulse, realize that I am mending the invisible tears in your spirit. I am filling the hollow places where you felt abandoned with a new sense of belonging. I am taking the bitterness of your past and distilling it into a wisdom that will save others. Your heart is not just a muscle. It is a throne room where I dwell, and I am making it a place of peace. The pain that once felt like a death sentence is being transformed into a life-giving force. You are becoming a living testament to the fact that nothing is ever truly lost in my hands. The process of healing may feel slow, and sometimes the gold needs time to set, but do not mistake my timing for my absence. You are in the middle of a divine restoration that goes beyond just feeling better. I am making you whole. I am redrawing the lines of your life with a brilliance that will baffle those who knew you in your broken state. When you emerge from this hidden season of healing, you will not be the same person who entered it. You will move with a quiet confidence, not because you haven't been hurt, but because you know the one who heals. You will speak with an authority that only comes from having walked through the valley and found me there. Rest in this truth. I love you not for who you could have been if you were never broken, but for the magnificent gold-seamed masterpiece you are becoming because of it. Your scars are beautiful to me, for they are the signatures of my grace upon your life. You have often asked me in the middle of the night, why is it so hard? Why does it feel like I am swimming against a tide that never ends? You look at others who seem to glide through life with ease, whose paths are paved with comfort. Do you wonder if you have somehow strayed from my favor? I am here to tell you the truth, that the world cannot see the intensity of your struggle, is the direct measurement of the magnitude of your destiny. You are not being attacked because you are weak. You are being targeted because you are a significant threat to the kingdom of darkness. There is a light within you, a divine frequency that I placed there before time began, and it acts as a beacon that agitates everything that dwells in the shadows. The enemy does not waste his arrows on those who are headed nowhere. He only fights those who are carrying something of immense value, those who have the potential to break generational curses and open doors that have been locked for centuries. Your battle is the proof of your promotion. I have watched the invisible forces that have tried to derail you. I have seen the sudden obstacles, the strange delays, and the unexplained animosity from people you haven't even provoked. It feels personal, because it is, but it is not personal to you. It is personal to the spirit of truth within you. The darkness recognizes your chosen status long before you do. It sees the royalty in your spirit, even when you are dressed in the rags of your current circumstances. This is why the pressure has been so relentless. The enemy's strategy is simple. If he can wear you down with exhaustion, if he can make you believe that the cost of your calling is too high, he hopes you will drop your crown and settle for a life of mediocrity. He wants you to quit just as you are approaching the threshold of your greatest breakthrough. But what he doesn't realize is that I am using his very opposition to strengthen your spiritual muscles. Every time you stand back up, every time you choose to trust me despite the evidence of your eyes, you are becoming fireproof. Understand this, my child, your war is not against flesh and blood. Those people who have slandered you, those who have tried to block your progress, they are often just vessels being used by a spirit of jealousy and fear that they don't even understand. Do not waste your divine energy hating the puppets. Recognize the hand of the adversary trying to steal your peace. I have allowed these trials not to crush you, but to clarify you. Just as gold must pass through the furnace to be separated from the dross, your character is being refined so that when I pour out the level of blessing I have reserved for you, it will not destroy you. A small person cannot carry a big assignment. If you had not been through the fire, you would not have the endurance required to reign in the kingdom I am preparing for you. The invisible enemy thought he was destroying you, but he was actually participating in your training. He was the unintended weight in your gym, helping you build the strength to carry the weight of glory. You are nearing the end of this particular testing phase. The level of resistance you have faced lately is a sign that you are encroaching on territory that the enemy has held for a long time. He is desperate because he knows his time is short. I am teaching you how to walk through the storm without getting wet, how to stand in the fire without being burned. I want you to shift your perspective today. Stop looking at your difficulties as signs of my absence and start seeing them as signs of my confidence in you. I would not give such a heavy burden to a soul that I did not know could carry it. You are a giant slayer in the making. The very things that tried to stop you are about to become the footstool for your elevation. Stand firm, breathe in my peace, and know that the one who is in you is infinitely greater than any force that has ever stood against you. The battle is mine, but the victory is yours to claim. You have often felt like an outsider, even in a room full of people you love. You have carried a sense of otherness, that you could never quite explain, a feeling that you were looking at the world through a different lens than everyone else. This is because I have placed a seal upon you, a mark, that identifies you as a chosen one. Being chosen is not about being superior in the eyes of men. It is about being set apart for a specific divine assignment that requires a unique kind of preparation. Part of that preparation is the season of hiddenness you are currently navigating. You have felt ignored, overlooked, and forgotten. But I want you to understand that this is not a sign of my rejection. It is my strategy. I have tucked you away in the hollow of my hand, away from the prying eyes and the premature judgments of the world. Just as a seed must be buried in the dark, silent earth before it can break through as a mighty oak, your soul is being nurtured in the quiet, so that when you finally emerge, your roots will be deep enough to sustain the weight of the glory I am about to bestow upon you. I have called you into the secret place for a reason. There is a spiritual law that the world does not understand. Power is concentrated in privacy. This is why I have whispered to your heart that you do not need to share every dream, every plan, or every vision I give you with those around you. When you enter your room and shut the door, you are not just isolating yourself. You are creating a sanctuary where my spirit can move without the interference of human opinions. When you pray to me in secret, I hear you in a way that the world cannot perceive. The closed door is your protection. It keeps out the spirits of jealousy, the voices of doubt, and the energy of those who would subconsciously try to sabotage what they cannot comprehend. Many of the breakthroughs you have been seeking have been delayed because you were looking for validation in the marketplace instead of the prayer closet. You were trying to build a public monument before you had established a private foundation. I am calling you back to the intimacy of the hidden life, for it is there that I reveal the blueprints of your future. Stop mourning the fact that you are not being celebrated right now. The silence of the world is the applause of heaven. If everyone liked you, if everyone understood you, you would be too tied to their expectations to fulfill mine. I am intentionally making you untraceable to your enemies. They are looking for you in the old places, but I have moved you into a higher dimension of spiritual privacy. This hidden season is also a time of divine shielding. If I had allowed you to be seen too early, the pressure of the spotlight would have cracked the character that I am still forming within you. You are being trained to operate from a place of inner stillness, where the only voice that truly carries weight is mine. Learn to love the shadows of my presence, for in those shadows I am weaving together the broken threads of your life into a garment of praise. Your chosen status is a covenant of protection. I will not allow you to be revealed until the fruit of your spirit is ripe enough to feed the many who will soon come to your light. This hiddenness is your superpower. While others are exhausting themselves trying to be noticed, you are being filled with a reservoir of strength that will never run dry. You are learning that you do not need a stage to be significant. You are significant because you are mine. The secret between us is the source of your future authority. When the time comes for your unveiling, and that time is much closer than you think, you will not walk out with the arrogance of one who has fought their way to the top. You will walk out with the humility of one who has been carried by the King. The doors that are currently shut will not just open, they will be removed from their hinges because your character will finally match the size of the promise. Embrace the quiet, treasure the privacy. For what I am doing in the dark will soon be shouted from the rooftops, and the world will finally see what I have known all along, and that you were created for such a time as this. Look at the great oaks that stand defiant against the howling winds of the storm. The world admires their height, the span of their branches, and the thickness of their leaves. But I want you to look deeper beneath the surface of the earth, where no human eye can penetrate. Before that tree ever reached for the heavens, It spent years pushing its roots into the dark, cold, and silent dirt. It labored in total obscurity, away from the warmth of the sun and the praise of the passers-by. If that tree had tried to grow its branches before its roots were established, the first gentle breeze would have toppled it. My child, you are that tree. You have been frustrated because you feel like you are stuck in the dirt of life, the mundane tasks, the repetitive prayers, the work that no one seems to notice. But I tell you, you are not stuck. You are anchoring. I am stretching your roots into the bedrock of my character, so that when the season of your fruitfulness arrives, no storm from hell will be able to shake you. There is a divine power in the silence of your labor. In a world that is obsessed with showing and telling, I am teaching you the art of being and becoming. Every time you work on your craft, when you are tired, every time you choose to be kind to someone who can do nothing for you, and every time you refine your soul in the quiet hours of the night, you are adding depth to your foundation. The reason your progress feels slow is because I am building something that is meant to last for generations, not something that withers in a single season. Do not be envious of those who seem to pop up overnight like weeds. They have no depth, and their end is as swift as their beginning. You are being fashioned for permanence. Your silence is not a lack of movement. It is the concentration of your spirit. When you work in the shadows with me as your only witness, you are building a reservoir of integrity that will become the wellspring of your future influence. Can you feel it? Even now, as you listen to my words, can you feel a shift in the atmosphere of your heart? Can you feel the strength that has been quietly gathering within you, ready to break through the surface? This is the power of the chosen one beginning to stir. If you can feel this divine energy rising, do not let it dissipate. Take a moment right now to like this video and subscribe to this channel. By doing this, you are signaling to the spiritual realm that you are aligning yourself with this message of hidden growth and that you are ready to protect the energy I am pouring into you. Do not stay silent in the face of my promise. Type "I accept" the secrecy in the comments below. This simple act of typing is a physical seal upon your spiritual covenant. You are declaring that you are willing to stay in the hidden place until I say it is time to rise. This comment is your anchor. It is your yes to the process of the deep-rooted tree. I want you to stop digging up your seeds to see if they are growing. Every time you speak your plans to someone who doesn't have the faith to hold them, every time you complain about the delay, you are essentially reaching into the soil and disturbing the roots. Faith is the ability to trust the work I am doing in the dark. I am currently aligning the circumstances, the finances, and the connections you will need. But if I showed you the full picture now, you would try to manage it in your own strength and ruin the masterpiece. Your job is to stay rooted in me. Your job is to keep doing the small things with great love and total focus. The growth is happening. The breakthrough is already formed in the spirit. It is simply waiting for your roots to be strong enough to support the manifestation. Trust the darkness of the soil, for it is the womb of your miracle. Stay quiet, stay focused, and stay in my presence. The sun is about to rise on your efforts, and when it does, everyone will see that what was grown in secret was always destined for greatness. You have been living in an invisible web of judgment. My child, a matrix constructed by the opinions, critiques, and expectations of people who do not even know their own purpose. You have spent years adjusting your voice, your appearance, and your dreams to fit into the narrow boxes others have built for you. You have been so afraid of being too much or not enough that you have forgotten who I created you to be. I see the anxiety that grips your heart before you speak, the way you replay conversations in your head, wondering if you were judged, if you were liked, or if you were misunderstood. This is not the life I intended for you. I did not breathe life into your lungs so that you could become a prisoner of someone else's perception. The judgment of man is a shallow mirror. It can only reflect their own insecurities, their own bitterness, and their own limitations. It can never reflect the radiant truth of your divine identity. Today, I am giving you the shears to cut the threads of this matrix once and for all. You are being called to a place of radical authenticity, where the only approval you crave is the one that has already been given from the throne of heaven. If you continue to seek the approval of the world, you will never be able to fully serve me. You cannot follow my lead while looking over your shoulder to see if the crowd is nodding in agreement. There is a specific kind of freedom that comes when you realize that their no cannot stop. My yes and their dislike cannot remove my favor. I am calling you to step out of the noise and into the circle of my grace. In this circle, the only opinion that carries weight is the one who fashioned you in the womb. I am not a harsh judge looking for your flaws. I am your Father looking at your heart. When you finally stop trying to make them understand your journey, you will find a peace that no human logic can explain. You are not a project to be fixed by the world. You are a poem written by my hand. Stop letting people who haven't read the whole book criticize the chapter you are currently in. They see the struggle, but I see the finish line. They see the mess, but I see the miracle. Yield to my spirit and let the noise of their judgment fade into the background until it is nothing more than a distant hum that no longer has the power to disturb your rest. Yielding to me is not a sign of weakness. It is the highest form of strength. It is the posture of a soul that says, "Holy Spirit, I am no longer in charge of my reputation. You are." When you surrender your need to be right, your need to be understood, and your need to be vindicated, you become untouchable. The enemy uses the judgment of others as a hook to pull you out of your destiny. He knows that if he can make you bitter or defensive, he can stop your flow. But when you walk in radical indifference to human labels, you break the hook. You are moving into a season where your yes to me must be louder than your no to them. I have always carried you, even when you felt most alone, and I have made a way where there was no way. You do not need to fight for a seat at their table when I am preparing a banquet for you in the presence of your enemies. This is the moment to disconnect from the toxic energies that have drained your spirit. You were never meant to carry the weight of their expectations. Relax and trust me. Stop stressing about how you are perceived and start living your best life in the light of my truth. I am here. I am alive in you. Come into agreement with me today. If I say you are forgiven, do not agree with the guilt they try to heap upon you. If I say you are well supplied, do not agree with the lack they try to project. If I say you are a chosen one, do not agree with the labels of ordinary or failure that have been whispered in your ear. The matrix of judgment is breaking right now. You are stepping into a dimension where you are governed by the laws of my kingdom, not the opinions of the earth. The chains of what will they think are falling off your wrists. Breathe in the air of freedom. You are finally free to be exactly who I made you to be, without apology and without fear. The path ahead is clear, and for the first time you are walking it with your eyes fixed only on me. My beloved, you have walked through the burning sands for so long that you have forgotten the sound of falling rain. I have watched you trek through the wasteland of not enough, the wilderness of not yet, and the valley of why me. The dust of disappointment has coated your throat, and your soul has felt parched, searching for a single drop of hope in a landscape that seemed determined to stay dry. I saw you when you almost collapsed, when you looked at the horizon and saw nothing but more heat and more hardship. But I am here to tell you that the geography of your life is shifting beneath your feet. right now. You are not just wandering, you are arriving. The desert was never meant to be your home. It was your training ground. It was the place where I taught you to depend on the manna of my word, rather than the bread of the world. And now the wind is changing. The scent of moisture is in the air. The season of the scorched earth is being commanded to end by the authority of my voice. In the next 24 hours, I'm going to send you a sign, a divine wink from heaven, to let you know that your drought is officially over. This will not be a sign that you have to struggle to interpret. It will be a clear, undeniable marker that I am moving on your behalf. For some of you, it will be a sudden, unexplained peace that settles over your heart in the middle of a chaotic moment, a stillness that whispers, "It is done." For others, it will be a name appearing on your phone screen, a person from your past, or a connection from your future, reaching out with a word that unlocks a door you thought was rusted shut. You might receive an email that carries news you've been waiting months to hear, or perhaps a small, unexpected financial blessing will manifest as a down payment on the abundance I am preparing to release. Do not dismiss these as coincidences. There are no coincidences in my kingdom, only synchronizations. This 24-hour window is a portal of transition. I want you to pay attention to the little things, a song that plays at the exact moment you need it, a stranger who speaks a truth you've only ever told me, or a sudden clarity concerning a problem that has haunted you for years. These are the ripples before the tidal wave of my goodness hits your shore. You have passed the discouragement test. You stayed faithful when the sky was like brass and the earth was like iron. Now I am opening the windows of heaven. The sudden lies of my spirit are being released. What took years to break down will take seconds to build back up. The resources you thought were lost are being rerouted to your current coordinates. You are moving from the place of barely surviving to the place of thriving in the secret. I am never too late, and I am never early. I am always on time. Your clock may have said it was over, but my clock says it is just beginning. As you move through this day and into the next, keep your spiritual eyes wide open. Expect the unexpected. Anticipate the miraculous. I am turning your desert into a garden of springs, and the very sand that once burned your feet will now become the foundation of your new sanctuary. This sign is my way of saying, I see you, I hear you, and I am already there. Do not be afraid of the magnitude of what is coming. You were built for this. You were preserved for this. The desert is behind you, and the promised land is calling your name. Step forward with boldness, for the King is walking beside you, and the rain of my favor is about to fall. I have watched you in those quiet, anxious moments when you sit at your table with your head in your hands, staring at numbers that do not seem to add up. I have seen the way your heart tightens when a new bill arrives, or when you realize that your hard work is barely covering the basic needs of your life. You have felt the suffocating grip of not enough, and you have wondered if you were destined to always live in the shadow of lack. But hear my voice today. I am not just the God of your soul. I am the God of your supply. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills, and the gold and silver of the earth are merely the dust at my feet. I have seen your faithfulness, even when you had very little to give. And I have recorded every sacrifice you made to help others when your own cupboards were nearly empty. Your provision is not tied to the economy of this world, nor is it limited by your current paycheck or the opinions of those who hold your contract. Your provision is tied to the riches of my glory, and I am about to unlock a treasure chest that has been reserved specifically for this moment in your journey. There are treasures hidden in the darkness and riches stored in secret places that I am beginning to release into your hands. I am not just talking about a temporary fix or a small relief. I am talking about a divine alignment that will bring an end to the spirit of poverty that has tried to haunt your family for generations. I am placing ideas in your mind during the night watches, creative strategies, new ventures, and solutions to problems that others have overlooked. These are the hidden riches of the secret place. You do not need to shout your plans to the world or seek the approval of those who doubt your vision. I am teaching you how to build in the quiet. For when I bless you in secret, no man can take credit for your success. I am opening doors to resources you didn't even know existed. Debts that have felt like chains around your neck are being addressed by my hand of favor. Unexpected sources of income are being rerouted to your house because you have proven that you can be trusted with the little. And now I am preparing you for the much. Can you feel the shift in the spiritual atmosphere concerning your house? The frequency of lack is being replaced by the frequency of abundance. If you can feel this stirring, do not let this moment pass without a physical act of agreement. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. By joining this family of believers, you are signaling to the heavens that you are no longer a slave to debt, but a child of the King who provides. You are stepping out of the cycle of survival and into the cycle of thriving. Type "I believe in your provision" or 888 in the comments below. The number 888 signifies a new beginning and the overflowing grace of the Creator. By typing this, you are coming into alignment with the financial breakthrough that is currently making its way to you. Do not let fear whisper that it is too late or too difficult. I am the God of the impossible, and I am already moving on your behalf. I am preparing you to handle the weight of this blessing. I did not give it to you earlier because I wanted to ensure that your character was stronger than your bank account. I needed you to know that I am your source, not your job, not your bank, and not your government. Now that you have learned to trust me in the lean times, I can trust you with the harvest. This financial restoration is not just for your comfort, it is for your mission. I am making you a reservoir of blessing so that you can be a conduit of hope for others. You will not only have enough to pay your debts, but you will have more than enough to sow into the dreams of others. The secret covenant between us includes a promise of prosperity that the world cannot understand. Rest in the knowledge that your needs are seen, your prayers are heard, and your storehouse is about to be filled. The days of worrying about tomorrow are over, for the God of the secret place has already provided for your today and your forever. I have seen the faces of those who walked away when your sky turned gray. I have felt the sting in your heart when the very people you once called family or friends began to whisper behind your back, projecting their own insecurities onto your character. I was there in the room when the phone stopped ringing, and I was there when you realized that the loyalty you gave so freely was never intended to be returned. You have spent countless hours wondering what you did wrong, replaying memories to find the moment the bridge collapsed. But I am here to tell you that in many cases, I was the one who shook the bridge. I removed them because they were only equipped to handle your history, not your destiny. They loved the version of you that was broken and dependent because it made them feel superior. When I began to pour my light into you, when you started to stand tall in your chosen identity, it agitated the shadows within them. Their departure was not a loss. It was a divine extraction. You tried to bridge the gaps with kindness, with explanations, and with a vulnerability that they used as a weapon. You thought that if you could just show them enough love, they would stay. But you cannot use human love to fix a spiritual disconnect. I have seen you standing in the gap for those who wouldn't even offer you a kind word in return. This is where my heavenly justice begins to move. I am the God of the scales, and I am currently balancing the books of your life. Every ounce of love you gave that was rejected is being gathered by my hand. I am not going to force them to love you, but I am going to make them witness the glory I am placing upon you. There is a specific kind of justice that does not involve revenge, but involve elevation. Those who discarded you like a common stone will soon see that I have made you the cornerstone of a new work. They will have to watch from a distance as I prepare a table for you, and the very hands they refuse to hold will be the hands that carry my greatest blessings. The atmosphere of your social and family life is undergoing a deep cleansing. If you can feel the weight of these old connections finally lifting, if you can sense that my justice is your shield, do not stay silent. This is a moment to signal your agreement with the transformation of your circle. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. By doing so, you are joining a family that understands the cost of being chosen, a family that will stand with you in the light. This is not just a digital act. It is a declaration that you are ready for the new people I am bringing into your life. People who will see you, honor you, and walk with you into your purpose. Type "I believe in your justice" in the comments below. By writing these words, you are releasing the bitterness of the past and making room for the holy alignments that are already on their way to your door. In this new season, I am bringing back the sincere ones, those who were separated from you by misunderstanding or by the enemy's interference, but whose hearts are truly for you. There will be unexpected apologies, sudden reunions, and a healing of old wounds that you thought were permanent. But for those who were toxic, for those who were sent to distract you, I am placing a hedge of protection around you that they cannot penetrate. You no longer have to defend your reputation, for I am your advocate. I am restoring your honor. Those who mocked your faith will soon marvel at your fruit. I am surrounding you with a covenant circle people who will not just love what you do, but will cherish the spirit within you. Your days of being the forgotten one are over. In my kingdom, you are the celebrated one, and the justice of heaven is now your constant companion. My child, you have looked at the clock and the calendars so many times that your eyes have grown weary with the counting of days. You have watched the seasons change outside your window, and with every falling leaf or blooming flower, a small voice in your head has whispered. Another year has passed, and still nothing has changed. You feel as though you are standing on a platform, watching everyone else's train arrive and depart, while yours is nowhere to be seen. You have questioned my timing, wondering if I have overlooked your request or if my promises have an expiration date. But I am the creator of time itself. I do not exist within the seconds and minutes that govern your world. I hold them in the palm of my hand. I am not slow as some count slowness. I am precise. Every delay you have experienced was not a denial. It was a divine synchronization. I was not making you wait to test your patience. I was making you wait to ensure your preservation. If I had given you the blessing when you first asked for it, it would have crushed you. You were asking for the harvest while your soil was still full of stones. You were asking for the throne while you still had the heart of a servant who feared the opinions of others. Real blessings, the kind that change lives and impact generations, are heavy. They require strong shoulders, a steady heart, and a character that has been forged in the furnace of endurance. I have used the waiting room as a construction site. While you were crying out for the door to open, I was busy reinforcing the hinges. I was building in you a maturity that cannot be bought and a faith that cannot be shaken. If you had reached the mountaintop too early, the thin air of success would have made you dizzy and you would have fallen. I waited until you were oxygenated by my spirit, until you could stand on the heights and not lose your balance. Divine timing is like a master conductor leading a vast orchestra. You can only hear the instrument you are playing, and sometimes it feels like you are playing a solo in the dark. But I see the whole score. I know exactly when the strings must swell and when the percussion must strike. I have been moving people you haven't met yet, and closing doors you are trying to force open, all to ensure that when your moment arrives, it is perfect. I am not just giving you a gift, I am giving you a legacy. A sudden breakthrough is often the result of years of hidden preparation. You are now entering the Kairos moment, the appointed time where my purpose meets your readiness. The rhythm of your life is accelerating. The things you have been praying for are no longer on the way. They are at the door. Do not try to rush the final stages of the process. Trust the pace I have set for you. When a fruit is picked before it is ripe, it is bitter and lacks the sweetness it was intended to have. I want your life to be sweet. I want your testimony to be complete, lacking nothing. You are not behind in life. You are right on schedule according to the scrolls of heaven. The world's timeline is a lie designed to make you feel panicked and inadequate. My timeline is a truth designed to make you powerful and at peace. Relax into the rhythm of my grace. The wait is almost over, and when you see what I have been putting together behind the scenes, you will realize that not a single second of your waiting was wasted. You will look back and say, "Now I understand why it had to be this way." My precious child, you have walked through the fire and emerged with the scent of heaven rather than the smell of smoke. You have wondered why I have lavished so much attention on your healing, why I have been so meticulous in your restoration, and why I have kept you so hidden from the eyes of the world. It is because you are not merely being repaired to return to your old life. You are being commissioned for a new kingdom. The abundance I am releasing, the peace I am restoring, and the honor I am returning to you are not ends in themselves. They are the tools for your mission. You have been a reservoir for too long, holding your pain and your dreams within the walls of your own soul. Now I am turning you into a river. I am making you a lighthouse. There are thousands who are currently where you used to be, lost in the dark, drowning in silent tears, feeling invisible and broken. I have trained you in the secret place so that you can lead them to the light. Your scars have become your credentials, and your voice will now carry the resonance of authority that only comes from victory. You are stepping into a dimension of existence that the world cannot comprehend. A new kingdom state of mind where the laws of lack and the gravity of fear no longer pull at your spirit. In this place, you do not work for success. You work from success. You do not pray for victory. You pray from victory. I am giving you a vision that exceeds your personal needs. I am showing you the families you will feed, the ministries you will support, and the broken hearts you will mend with the wisdom I have whispered to you in the dark. This is your true identity, a pioneer of the Spirit, a gatekeeper of my glory. You were not chosen just to be comfortable. You were chosen to be a conduit of my power. When you speak, the atmosphere will change. When you enter a room, the darkness will flee. You are no longer defined by what you have been through, but by what you are stepping into. This is the weight of the blessing I have prepared you to carry, the weight of being a blessing to the nations. Do you feel the fire of this purpose burning in your bones? This is the moment where the secret between us becomes a public testimony. If you are ready to embrace this higher calling, if you are ready to be the lighthouse I created you to be, do not stay silent. Type "I claim my mission" or 1111 in the comments now. This number signifies the gate of transition, the alignment of your will with my divine purpose. By doing this, you are telling the universe that you are no longer a victim of your past, but a victor in my kingdom. And if you have not yet signaled your agreement with this family, press the like button and subscribe now. This is your signal to the spiritual realm that you are accepting the mantle of leadership. You are not alone in this mission. You are part of a royal priesthood, a holy nation of those who have been redeemed from the pit to reign in the light. Your participation today is the final act of alignment before the manifestation of your destiny. A life without fear, this is the promise of the new kingdom. You will look back at the anxieties that once kept you awake at night, and they will seem like distant shadows in a dream you can barely remember. I am removing the spirit of intimidation from your life. No longer will you shrink back in the presence of those who seem powerful or wealthy. You will walk with the quiet dignity of a child of the Most High, knowing that the one who created the stars is the one who directs your steps. Your mission will be marked by ease, not by toil. The doors will open because you carry my presence, not because you fought for entry. You are entering a season where your joy will be full and your peace will be unshakable. This is the new kingdom I have prepared for you, and today I am handing you the keys. Step through the gate, my beloved. Your true life is just beginning. Listen now, for the Supreme Court of Heaven is in session, and I, the judge of all the earth, am handing down my final verdict concerning your life. For too long you have lived under the accusations of the enemy and the weight of your own self-doubt. You have felt like a defendant in a trial that never ends, answering for mistakes that I have already forgotten and carrying burdens that were never yours to bear. But today, I stand as your advocate and your king. I am speaking a word into the spiritual realm that cannot be retracted, an immutable decree that shatters every legal claim the darkness once held over your destiny. I declare that you are not just forgiven, you are justified. You are not just healed, you are made whole. The chains that have bound your feet, the walls that have blocked your path, and the shadows that have clouded your vision are dissolving at the sound of my voice. This is the moment where the power of the secret covenant reaches its peak. No force in hell, no weapon formed in the shadows, and no word spoken in malice can stand against the decree I am releasing over you this very second. I am breaking the spirit of delay that has tried to turn your life into a desert of waiting. I declare that the season of not yet has expired. Every promise I have made to you is now being moved from the shelf of potential into the reality of manifestation. I am speaking to the winds of favor to blow upon your house. I am commanding the earth to yield its increase to you. I see your name written in the book of blessings, and I am placing my own signet ring upon it, sealing your future with the gold of my glory. This seal cannot be broken by human hands or demonic interference. It is a divine lock that ensures what I have started in you, I will finish with a brilliance that will leave the scoffers speechless. Every curse that was spoken over your bloodline, every generational pattern of lack or loneliness is being severed right now by the sword of my spirit. You are no longer a product of your past. You are a pioneer of my promise. The heavens are open over you, and the final decree is being broadcasted into the atmosphere of your home. I am calling forth the treasures that were hidden, the relationships that were fractured, and the peace that was stolen. I am making all things new. You do not have to fight for this victory. You only have to stand in it. I have already fought the battle, and I have already secured the spoils. This is the final seal, a mark of ownership that declares you belong to the King of Kings. You are covered by the blood of the Lamb, protected by the hosts of heaven, and destined for a greatness that you are only beginning to imagine. Rest in this absolute authority. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not be afraid. The word has gone out from my mouth, and it shall not return to me void. It is accomplishing exactly what I sent it to do in your life, starting from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Can you feel the authority of the throne room settling upon your spirit? The atmosphere of your room is being charged with the electricity of my power. This is the weight of glory I promised you. You are being fireproofed against the trials of the world. From this moment on, you walk with a different stride, and you speak with a different tone, for you carry the decree of the Almighty. The enemy recognizes the seal upon your forehead, and he must tremble. The world sees the light in your eyes, and it must wonder. But you and I, we know the secret. We know that this was always the plan, to take the one who was hidden and make them a monument of my grace. The decree is signed. The seal is set. The victory is absolute. The hour of activation has arrived, and the spiritual atmosphere around you is heavy with the weight of pending miracles. This sacred encounter was not meant to merely soothe your weary soul. It was designed to ignite your spirit into a new dimension of existence. The secret covenant we have shared in these moments is a divine seed that has been deep planted into the fertile soil of your faith. But a seed cannot grow if it is constantly unearthed by doubt or exposed to the cold winds of negative speech. I am asking you to make a final radical decision right now. From this very second, you must protect what we have discussed. Do not let the skeptics, the mockers, or even the voice of your own past steal the peace that is currently flowing through your veins. You are standing at the threshold of a shift so profound that your old life will soon seem like a faded dream. The miracle is already in motion. It is vibrating in the atmosphere of your home. It is lining up in your bank account. It is healing the cells of your body. All that is required is for you to step forward and claim it with the authority of the chosen one that you are. It is time to seal this prophecy, then unlock these blessings into your physical reality so that no thief can steal them and no delay can hinder them. This is your final act of faith in this encounter. Seal this word now and forever by typing Amen or It is done in the comments. By typing these words, you are placing the final immutable stamp on the spiritual contract we have written today. Furthermore, carry this blessing into your life by becoming a permanent vessel of my light. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel one last time to signal your total agreement with heaven and to ensure you remain part of this family of believers. Do not leave this sanctuary without making your presence known. Share this message with exactly one person, the one individual I have already placed in your mind. You are not just sharing a video, you are sharing a lifeline. By being the conduit for someone else's breakthrough, you ensure that your own cup will forever run over with my favor. I have a specific command for you as you prepare to close this chapter and open the gates of your new reality. Type this exact phrase: I am the keeper of God's secrets, and I am ready to receive the blessing. This is the password to the new territory you are about to enter. As you speak these words and type them, feel the weight of the victimhood you have carried for years falling off your shoulders like a discarded garment. The inner victim is being buried today, and the victor is rising in its place. You are no longer defined by your scars, but by the shimmering gold that fills them. You are no longer defined by the desert, but by the refreshing rain that is now falling upon your parched land. Remember, the waiting room was a construction site, and the building is now complete. You have passed the tests of discouragement, silence, and isolation with honor. You have shown me your faithfulness in the hidden moments, and now I am ushering you into the much that I have promised. Go now, my beloved child, and walk in the fullness of this secret power. Do not be afraid of the height to which I am calling you, for you were created for the mountain, not the valley. When you wake up tomorrow morning, do not look for your old problems. Look for the new opportunities I have laid at your feet. Wake up with the expectation of a king's child. The 24-hour sign is coming, the financial treasures are being released, and the restoration of your joy is final. But remember, this is not the end of our conversation. It is only the beginning of a new way of walking with me. There is a door that will open for you when the sun rises, and I will be there waiting to show you the next level of the glory I have prepared. I have loved you with an everlasting love, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. The secret is out, you are mine, and you are destined for greatness. We shall meet again in the light of the truth. It is finished.